black people, stop poisoning your children's minds. Now, I'm not going to talk too much on if you're black, you have to work twice as hard for half the results. I'm not going to talk too much about that. Sick and tired of mentioning that. I might as well fucking tattoo that on my forehead. But I've already debunked that fallacy plenty of times. If you are black, you do not have to work twice as hard for half the results. If you want to be successful in this world, you have to work 10 times as hard as every other human being. Stop comparing yourself to the person next to you or the man over there or that girl over there. Within yourself, you need to think to yourself, I need to work 10 times as hard as every human being, regardless of their colour, their background, what area they're from. You have to work 10 times as hard as everyone to be successful. You know, there are black parents who are poisoning their children's minds and making them afraid of the police. Oh, God. I've seen a post on Facebook and it was like a 10-step guide on how to return home alive after going out onto the streets. Now, I know it probably was some dumb black parent in America who wrote this kind of crap. Step-by-step guide from a mother to her maybe teenage son on how to survive out on the streets and not get killed by the police. Number 1, don't wear your hood on your head. Number 2, don't wear a hood, full stop. Number 3, don't walk down the street with your hands in your pocket. If you are stopped by the police, put your hands up in the air and drop to your knees. All types of foolishness like that. Guys, the police are not that bad. There are police who obviously, as we can see on some of these videos, that take things too far. Even I can acknowledge that. Because before, I always used to pull the card. Nah, the people them are, acting a certain way. That's what's causing the police to act this way. Now, we've seen in recent times, and obviously before, there are some police officers, they're just evil and they will kill people. Yeah, they will take it too far. But guys, the police are not that bad. I saw a video on YouTube and it was so sad to see. Saw 2 actually. There was one where I think it was a little black girl, she was playing outside of her house and a police car was driving by. The little girl ran and hid behind a car. Like the police were doing a fucking drive-by shooting in Compton. These parents are making out that the police are killers. Another one, little girl. Stupid video on YouTube and Facebook. A white policewoman had to approach a little black girl who was crying and she tried to convince her that she is not out here to kill her. Only the parents and the media as well, but only the parents would allow their child to think like that. What kind of a society, what kind of a world do we live in where little children think that police are out to go around killing black people? The police are here to save people. Again, there are some police officers who are evil and they kill people when they don't need to. But there are some people, like in that place, Minneapolis, whatever, on Facebook, there's people talking about get rid of the police force. Are you stupid? These people don't think. Imagine what that city would be like if the police force disappeared overnight. Imagine what that city would be like if there was no police presence for a week. It would be like that fucking movie, The Purge. Without any police presence, it would be a free-for-all. You know how many people will be dead? You know how many banks and that will be robbed? Who's going to protect the old people? Who's going to protect the single mums that don't have a man to look after them? Who's going to protect the children walking to and from school? Again, obviously there ain't police everywhere on every street, but just the fact that there's a police presence keeps the neighborhood, keeps the community safe. Without that, with the police presence gone, it'd be like hell on earth. Trust me. Nah. We need the police around. I ain't no fucking snitch. Subject to opinion, because I made that video about the one time I'll snitch. I'll leave a link in the description below. But we need the police around. And then you've got dumb parents convincing their children that the police are out here to kill them. Convincing their children that being black is a terrible thing. It's almost like they're adding extra enemies to the list. So first of all, white people don't like black people. Second of all, black people don't like black people. And third of all, the police don't like black people. Shit like that make children scared to leave their house. I said before, you got a little kid, see a police car driving past, and she has to hide behind the fucking car. Like the police are going to do a drive-by shooting. Like they're in fucking Compton or Chirac. You think I would ever tell my child and convince my child that the police are out to get them? You know when parents tell their children that the police are bad and this and that? Their behaviour towards the police becomes really negative and antisocial. And that's why people act out a certain way. And yes, there are certain police officers out there who do take it a bit too far. I'm not talking the ones that kill people. I mean, they might give a man a little, nothing fatal or nothing that will even hospitalize a man or whatever. But there are some police officers, that will rough people up a little bit. Me, I've been in all kinds of trouble and that. I've even been falsely accused of attempted murder. They were looking for me. They said my name. They saw me on the cameras running around after one of my people then got stabbed up. They were looking for me because they thought I had something to do with it. And even then, they didn't even rough handle me. They arrested me like I was fucking teeth in pick and mix from Woolworths. It's the way you conduct yourself. You got the man that got tasered by the police in front of his child. The man's trying to square up to the policeman. Bruv, you're asking for it. Why are you moving like you're trying to pick a fight in front of your youth? If there's a time to be compliant, fucking hell, that's the time. Even if you feel like the police officer is talking shit to you, you really want to get tasered in front of your youth, yeah? Really? I know if I was in that situation, if I was my little sister, I would not have got tasered. The only way I'll get tasered in this situation is if the police think I'm, mistaken identity and then they just taser me because they think I've got a nank on me or a gun on me or whatever. I'll never get tasered. I'll never give the police a reason to want to taser me because I know how to conduct myself. And the reason why some of these black people conduct themselves a certain way towards the police is because of how their parents have taught them. I've told them, because you're black, the police are going to harass you. So they have this animosity towards them. It's bullshit. I was actually cool with the police in my area, although they was always trying to nick me and shit like that. But they nicking me because I was acting a fool. I was actually cool with them. I saw one police officer. He used to be a community police officer. He used to hang around at Everton Green bus station. And obviously they know all the kids and that. This is when I was in school. They knew all the kids, all the loudmouths. I was one of the loudmouths. I didn't see this guy for like 6 years. I remember I was working in Green Lanes near Hornsey, and Finsbury Park. I see the police officer. So back then he was community man. He graduated and became a proper police officer. I said to him, I know you from somewhere. He said, Jelani Knight, and he shook my fucking hand. How many of you lot have interactions like that? Now, don't glorify the police knowing your name or whatever, but the police are not bad. 99.9% of them are good police officers. Especially, I watched the video, so someone said that the the most least racist police officers are the ones that work in the black areas. And he's right. If you were a racist police officer, why would you want to work in a black area? The police wouldn't want to go around nicking people and arresting people. That's paperwork. If anything, I'm not saying it's true, but if anything, the racist police officers will be the ones that are outside of London in the predominantly white areas. The police that work in the black areas, the Tottenhams, the Edmontons, the Hornsey, the wherever, Hackney, Brixton, no matter, they're the ones that are the least racist. Remember, they're not just dealing with roadman, you know. They're dealing with the old grandma, yeah, Aunt Jemima, yeah, Big Mama. They're dealing with all types of different black people. So, and they know that those types of black people, not all of them are antisocial towards the police as well. So the police that work in the black areas are not racist, by and large. By and large, the whole police force is not racist. Maybe back in the 70s, I don't know anything, but as of today, or the last 5, 6, 10 years, no, they're not racist. But black parents, they want to push this kind of indoctrination. They want to indoctrinate their children from young and make them think that, yeah, the whole world's against you. If you feel like the whole world's against you, because that's what they're doing, they're telling their children that the government, you know, the white people are against them, other black people are against them. You know, if you go to that area, you're going to get shot, and then the police are against them. You're basically telling that the whole world is against them. To the average soft-minded person, they're going to think they ain't got a chance. Well, I'm telling you, the world is not against you. Yes, in life, you're going to have enemies. Yes, it's inevitable. You're going to have enemies, you're going to make enemies, whatever, innit? Yeah. But you, watching this right now, you are your worst enemy. There ain't no police, ain't no government, ain't no other black people. You are your worst enemy. Stay wise.